William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet is one of the most famous love stories ever written. It is a tragedy. The play is set in Verona, Italy. Two powerful families, the Montagues and the Capulets, are locked in a bitter feud. Their hatred has lasted for generations. It poisons the city. Amidst this animosity, two young lovers emerge. They dare to challenge the ancient grudge. Their love story unfolds with passion and urgency. Their journey reminds us of the destructive power of hatred. It also shows the enduring strength of love. The play opens with a street brawl between the servants of the Montagues and Capulets. This highlights the intense hatred between the families. Prince Aeschylus, Verona's ruler, intervenes. He warns that further violence will be punished severely. Meanwhile, Romeo, a young Montague, is consumed by sadness. He is in love with Rosalind, but she does not return his affections. Lord Capulet, Juliet's father, prepares a grand feast. He hopes to find a suitable husband for his daughter. Romeo and his friends Mercutio and Benvolio decide to attend the Capulet feast in disguise. They hope to lift Romeo's spirits. At the feast, Romeo sees Juliet for the first time. He is immediately captivated by her beauty. They fall in love at first sight. They exchange words and share a kiss. They are unaware that they belong to feuding families. After the feast, Romeo lingers in the Capulet orchard. He hopes to catch another glimpse of Juliet. Juliet appears on her balcony. She speaks of her love for Romeo, unaware that he is listening below. Romeo reveals himself, and they declare their love for each other. This scene is the famous balcony scene. It is one of the most iconic moments in all of literature. Knowing their families would never approve, Romeo and Juliet decide to marry in secret. They enlist the help of Juliet's nurse and Friar Lawrence, a wise and compassionate friar. Friar Lawrence hopes their marriage will heal the rift between the families. He agrees to marry them. Tybalt, Juliet's hot-headed cousin, encounters Romeo and his friends. He recognizes Romeo as a Montague and challenges him to a duel. Romeo, now secretly married to Juliet, refuses to fight. Mercutio, Romeo's loyal friend, defends Romeo's honor and fights Tybalt instead. In a tragic turn of events, Tybalt kills Mercutio. Romeo, enraged by his friend's death, fights Tybalt and kills him. The prince, arriving at the scene of the fight, banishes Romeo from Verona for Tybalt's death. Juliet is devastated by the news of Romeo's banishment. She feels torn between her love for Romeo and her loyalty to her family. Act 4. A desperate plan. Juliet's parents, unaware of her secret marriage to Romeo, arrange for her to marry Paris, a wealthy and noble suitor. Juliet is horrified. She seeks help from Friar Lawrence. He devises a risky plan to reunite her with Romeo. Friar Lawrence gives Juliet a potion that will make her appear dead. He promises to send word to Romeo, explaining the plan. He instructs Romeo to return to Verona and reunite with Juliet when she awakens from her death-like slumber. Together they can then escape Verona and start a new life elsewhere. Juliet, trusting Friar Lawrence, agrees to the plan. She drinks the potion and is discovered dead by her family. The Capulets, believing Juliet to be dead, are overcome with grief. They prepare for her funeral. Act 5. Fatal misunderstandings. Tragically, Friar Lawrence's message to Romeo is delayed. Romeo only hears of Juliet's apparent death. Distraught and believing Juliet to be truly dead, Romeo returns to Verona. He goes to Juliet's tomb. At the tomb, Romeo encounters Paris, who has come to mourn Juliet. Romeo and Paris fight, and Romeo kills Paris. Romeo enters the tomb and finds Juliet lying seemingly lifeless. He drinks poison, believing he cannot live without her. Moments later, Juliet awakens from her potion-induced sleep. She sees Romeo lying dead beside her. Realizing the tragic turn of events, Juliet refuses to leave his side. She takes Romeo's dagger and kills herself. Love, Hate, and Fate. Exploring the Themes is a play driven by powerful themes. Love. The love between Romeo and Juliet is passionate and all-consuming. It defies the hatred that surrounds them. Their love is pure and true, even in the face of adversity. Hate. The entrenched hatred between the Montagues and Capulets sets the stage for tragedy. Their feud creates a climate of violence and mistrust, ultimately leading to the deaths of Romeo, Juliet, Mercutio, and Tybalt. Fate. The play explores the theme of fate versus free will. Were Romeo and Juliet destined to die tragically from the start, or did their choices seal their fate? The play suggests that both fate and individual choices contribute to the tragic outcome. Youth, Romeo and Juliet's youthful passion and impulsiveness both fuel their love and contribute to their downfall. They act quickly, without always considering the consequences. Age. The older generation in the play, represented by the feuding families and Friar Lawrence, bears some responsibility for the tragedy. Their entrenched hatred and well-intentioned but flawed plans contribute to the lovers' demise. Conclusion: a city redeemed by tragedy. The deaths of Romeo and Juliet finally shocked the feuding families into reconciliation. The prince arrives at the scene of the double suicide. He is horrified by the consequences of the endless feud. Lords Montague and Capulet, overwhelmed by grief and remorse, vow to end their rivalry. They promise to erect golden statues of Romeo and Juliet in their memory. Is a timeless tragedy. It reminds us that hatred and prejudice have devastating consequences. The play also celebrates the power of love. It shows that even in the darkest of circumstances, love can offer a glimmer of hope and redemption. Although Romeo and Juliet's love story ends in tragedy, their sacrifice ultimately brings peace to Verona. Their story serves as a cautionary tale for future generations. It reminds us to choose love over hate, forgiveness over vengeance, and understanding over blind animosity.